without suit. You need us. You are our future, because you dress to become, and you are the future. We are older, and you are our future. That's how I look at you, and that's what I expect of you, because you should all do not exactly what you had to do, but me. You were born here. If you want to be president, you work hard enough, you could become president. Maybe I am smart enough to be president. But how could I become? I wasn't born here. I cannot do it. But you should not take the country for granted. Take yourself for granted, because you are the luckiest people in the world. But if you don't do nothing with it, then you're wasting it. You're wasting your life, because you have the opportunities to become business. It's not business people who are rich. They don't win lotteries, they work hard. You understand that? But I heard it someplace, that if you're rich, you won lotteries. You don't win lotteries. If you're rich, you earn it. And if you earn it, you should keep it. You shouldn't give it away to taxes. And you have the opportunities here. The opportunities here are to become somebody, become part of the government, become part of a doctor, become a tailor, become whatever you want. I went to high schools, volunteered here in America. The people was the worst high school. They had always 15, 20 police cars, I still show you, around the high school, just to keep it safe. So I went to the principal. You're not teaching these kids right. We're not teaching. I don't accuse you. We need to teach them trades. They're not college kids. Well, guess what? Brooklyn is now the hottest place where I live, that we helped create the industrial park. And these people, when I was 80 years old with my family, they made a tape about me. The people that made the first brewery, the people are carpenters, the people are mechanics. They all have businesses because of what I did to encourage them, to teach them trades. Not everybody has to be a college guy. My education, you want to know? I went to night school to learn English, to read and write. P.S. The rest I learned myself while I'm talking to you. But I never stop learning. I never do. I think, I read. I know I get the New York Times every day, because I'm in the business to find what's going on. They always have good writers and stuff. Whether I agree with anything, I'm not going to talk about that. But I cannot, when I sleep or when I get up, I cherish my job. If you ask me, am I retired? I work 6 days a week, except summertime I take off a few days, because just to work 4 days, because I'm the happiest still in my job. And you know why? Because I think I do the best job what I do. My sons follow in my footsteps, and we want to continue. And I hope that if God gives me enough time and life, I will never retire, because I love what I do. And the most important thing I tell you all, if you pick something that you like and you work hard, never give it up. You're going to become what you want to be. But it's always up to you, not to blame teachers, not to blame anybody, because you got to have the family to get you started off. If you're a father and mother, you better listen to them to bring you up. Because all of us, when we're born, we know nothing. We're all the same. I helped a lot of kids. Our neighborhood, you couldn't walk out. We couldn't, it was very dangerous. So I said, I saw those young people when I went to first school. But I have a dear friend in Colin Powell, and he's still my best friend. 3 weeks ago was in my factory. He brought his grandson so I could dress him up for the first time, the way I dressed him up after he changed his uniform 22 years ago. And he still wears my suit. He says the 22-year-old suit still works. The uniform only lasted 4 years. And when he answers me, he calls me his brother, his mentor, the relationship. It is unbelievable the kind of people that I know and the kind of people I do. It's only about my trade. It's the way I do business with people, and I was brought up to help people, and I was brought up to share with people, and I was brought up to teach people. If somebody starts to work with me, there are no tailors no more. The tailors that we have in our shop, if you come to visit the shop, is just young people, and I make them, but there's very few Americans left. There is nothing, but when I came in '47, we made everything in America. The best silks, they closed the silk factory because the water is polluted. Then they came in from Italy, and they said, I'll fix the water, look. Then Laura Piano opened up the factory in Connecticut. He put him to die, and he says, give me a glass and let the water, and I'll drink it. See if I die. The fish wouldn't die either. And guess what? The factory's there, but they closed the factories. They closed the factories all over the world because of the water is bad. Why don't you try to fix something that the factories will pick up instead of putting them out of business? You lose all the jobs lost. Everything was made in America, and today in our factory, the only thing is made in America is the suit. We have to buy everything from all over the world because nothing is out. They put out everything. This is not the way the country was created, to take businesses out. The country was created to create jobs, not to have the government give you money to live. We pay the government money. They have no money. They do our money, they pay other people. The jobs are created in America, and we should continue to do that, in my opinion, because there are so many people in America today without jobs that is just a shame for me, because it wasn't like that when I came. And that's all I could tell you, and I hope you like what I'm saying. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
If you have a question, please state your name and where you're from first.
My name is Katrina Lautenschlager. I'm from Washington State, and I'm an intern here at Young America's Foundation. I was wondering what you think the greatest issue facing our nation is today.
She wants to know what is the greatest issue facing our nation today. What's the biggest?
In America, to me?
Yes.
Right now, I feel very uncomfortable with the world.